Hi, I am Olympia LePoint, host of Answers Unleashed, seen on AnswersUnleashed.com. I'm a rocket scientist, TED speaker, and author of my latest book, Answers Unleashed 2, The Science of Attracting What You Want. In 2022, I decided to create a series of weekly videos. These videos help you prepare for the week ahead through helping you make 3 decisions so you attract what you want and create your week that you want. This is a part of my complete program, and it is found on, let me bring this up for you. It's found on my website, AnswersUnleashed.com, and this particular video is for February 6th through February 12th, 2022. And the information comes from my book as well as the Quantum Deciding Planner. It's a 12-month planning system that I created to help people really create the life they want this year, 2022. And it's through the contents of my book that talks about 6 key decisions to create the life that you want and the future that you want. A lot of people talk about this as manifesting, but it's not really manifesting per se. It's making the right decisions for your life. And so if you go to AnswersUnleashed.com/quantum deciding planner, you can actually see the planner, and you also see about this month. This month, it is February. And February's month is dealing with self-love. And this is the particular entry for February. It's a calendar and planner. So there's 12 months, and this is the particular month for February. It reads developing self-love. So when you develop self-love, you have to go the extra mile for yourself when no one's watching you. Often you may feel loved when someone else shows love towards you. And this love is not as powerful as the love that you can give yourself. God loves you, and you are to learn how to love yourself in healthy ways. So this month is about showing yourself love plus encouragement this month through effective decisions. And so this particular February calendar is in the Quantum Deciding calendar. You can check that out. And let's remove that. Check that out here. And there's a video also on Quantum Deciding Planner site of the AnswersUnleashed.com that shows you more how to use that. So let's take a look at this week. Again, this is going to be the week of February 6th through February 12th of this week. And every single week I give us 3 things to look for. These are like 3 predictions for us to focus on. And these predictions help us make really effective decisions for this particular week. And it deals with knowing what to expect. So in my book, I talk about quantum deciding is when you can actually see in the future and use that future-minded thinking to make decisions for your best outcome. And so these 3 decisions this week is going to help you make effective decisions for your best week. And then so let's look at what they are. The first is new agreements. New agreements. Often your agreements, when you think about them, you think about in business like contracts, and you think about agreements as like marriage vows. But how often do you think of agreements being with yourself? Like you have an agreement. And like for myself, I have an agreement with myself, which is to keep a really like organized space. And for like, I don't know about you, but for all of 2020 and 2021, it was so hectic. I had things all over everywhere. And so this 2022, I decided I'm going to fulfill the agreement that I made to myself, and I'm going to just get rid of clutter. And it's easier said than done. I don't know if any of you have ever done this, but going through paperwork and throwing out things that you don't need and putting things up in this proper place takes a lot of brain work, and it takes a lot of decision making to do that. And that's something that I have an agreement with myself. You also have an agreement with yourself. What are the 3 things that you can do this month to show yourself self-love? What agreement do you have with yourself to help you move forward? Whatever it is, write it down. Write it down. And if you go to my AnswersUnleashed.com website and go to under the Quantum Deciding Planner, you can download the planner, print out the pages. You can print out this week's pages and write down what agreements you can make for yourself this month so you feel good about the commitment that you're making to yourself. Right. This new thing to look out for is rest. Rest. Now, when you think about rest, you usually think about going in the bed, laying down, just like completely resting. That's one form of rest. But resting really in reality is being able to turn off the stress response in your brain. It's the ability to reset your nervous system. Now, what am I talking about? Let me share it with you. Anytime you or I are stressed, anytime we are stressed, cortisol releases in our brain. It comes from the reptilian part of our brain, and cortisol is a stress hormone that is responsible for the fight, flight, or freeze response. So anytime you're scared about something, if you're going through something really tough, and which all of us have gone through, especially during the 2020 and 2021 time period with the pandemic, we've all been stressed. We've all had excess cortisol being in our brain and in our body. And the way we offset that is by rest. And resting is resetting the nervous system so the fear shuts off in the reptilian part of the brain and the cortisol no longer releases from the body. It's not only cortisol, it's a large concoction of different hormones that release from the body when we are stressed. If we have the opportunity to rest, which is finding an activity that resets our nervous system, we then turn off the fear in our brain and we turn on the frontal brain lobes. The frontal brain lobes are responsible for our creative problem solving, and it's also responsible for us envisioning our future. You cannot be a future-minded thinker if your frontal brain lobe is turned off. That's just impossible. So this week, what you can do is find 3 different activities to create rest in your nervous system. It can be walking outside. It can be turning on your favorite music and dancing to it. It can be drawing. I know that there's out there just great artists. You may be an executive and was an artist for years, and maybe it's time for you to actually take out your pen set and pencil set out and actually start drawing again. It can be a mom who was in gymnastics when she was younger, a kid, and maybe it's time for her to do a flip again outside with her kids. It is something that only you can define. It is something that brings you joy and peace, and that resets your nervous system. There is the beach here in Southern California. What I love doing is going next to the water and just seeing just the massive water. That just resets my system to a degree that I can't even explain. Whatever that is for you, find that opportunity to rest. Take at least an hour each day to rest. Now, whatever it is, it can be very simple. And I want to warn you, going on social media is not resting. Because of the fact that they have marketing and all these different things out there, it's geared to activate your responses. What you want to do is find ways for you. If you do go on social media, find different ways of resting. Is it a meditation video that you're watching? Is it something in which is going to bring you music or a learning experience? Whatever it is, you want to find that so you create rest in your system. All right, the last tip for us to look at and decision for us to look at this week is new contacts. New contacts. All right, new contacts. Oftentimes when we are in stressful situations, we think we're alone. And we sometimes don't reach out to people, and we sometimes don't take the opportunity to reach out to people who are new. This week, you'll have an opportunity to reach out to new people, as well as some of the people in your past. Take that opportunity, call them up, return their voice message, connect with people online, find out a little bit about them. This week is about creating new contacts. These contacts create connections for you. As you connect with people this week, you will feel more love, more connection, and more joy. And the people that you contact with can be just for that finding out information, or it could be for you to know for a lifetime. You get a chance to choose, and you'll know, your spirit will know when you connect with the people. And that is the beauty about this week. You have the ability to be connected, not only with yourself through your commitments, not only through your rest, but through the contacts that you have. So is it through LinkedIn? That's a social media networking resume site. A lot of businesses use that across the world. Is it through connecting with people on LinkedIn? Is it from your alumni associations? Whatever it is, find the connections, find the contacts. And this week, be courageous to contact people. Two or three people new. Put that on your list this week. That's going to help you significantly. All right. So I hope this helps you this week. What we're going to be doing is looking at new agreements, resting, as well as looking at new contacts. Now, you can find me on social media under Olympia LePoint. Find me under, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and you can always visit our site, Answers Unleashed. Let me pull that up here. We can visit our site here. Let me put my glasses on so I can see this. We go to answersunleashed.com, where you can watch more great videos. And you can also visit us on YouTube under Answers Unleashed. I'm Olympia LePoint, and it has been a pleasure creating this video for you this week. And I'll see you next time. I'll see you next week.